I'm a huge DC fan. Ever since I was a kid, I would read issue after issue of my favorite comic book superheroes. From Flash to Superman to my personal favorite, the Dark Knight himself, Batman. I've seen all the films and animated adaptations, and own them all on pristine Blu-ray discs. I'm more or less of an avid DC fanboy. The one aspect of DC that I just could never get into were the shows that aired on the CW. I heard that some were good and most were bad, and honestly, I had to agree. But then, just a few weeks ago, a new show was introduced through a trailer that was sent the internet into a rampage of laughter. That trailer was the Batwoman trailer. At first, I thought it was stupid and a ludicrous attempt of a television show. But then I realized, what if it wasn't? What if this was exactly what they wanted, but for a far more devious reason? The reason why I asked myself this question was due to what happened to the people around me after they saw that trailer. You see, I don't have a YouTube account, and therefore can't like or dislike videos. My friend Todd, on the other hand, really liked putting his 2 cents worth on any given video. When he saw the trailer, he hit the dislike button and left a comment making fun of the show's ridiculous premise. What followed were days where Todd would slowly go more and more insane, telling me that a mysterious figure was haunting him at night outside of his bedroom window. The worst part, he told me, is that I'm a Woman song from that Batwoman trailer is so stuck in my head that I hear it whenever that person stands outside my window. Perhaps it's just a coincidence. But after a week, Todd let it be known that coincidence was the very last thing that it was. He even began to believe that the song was coming from the figure. "You're being ridiculous," I told him. "Do you really think it's Batwoman?" "Yes," he answered. "Yes, I do." Although I didn't take it too seriously, it seemed as though every passing day it became more serious to Todd. Eventually, he never left his room and refused to go to school. So I figured he was sick, or something, and hoped he would get better soon. I know it was a dumb move, but honestly, I thought that he was telling the truth, and that if I bothered him, I might end up making it worse. But then I realized far too late that what happened was far worse than anything I could have imagined. It happened mere days, it seemed, from the release of the first Batwoman trailer, when my friend was found dead in his room, tied to the bed, with blood coating everything in sight. According to police forensic teams, my best friend was murdered with a loss of blood. From where, they never said. It wasn't until Todd's mom told me when my mouth dropped open onto the floor. A creature, or thing, had torn off Todd's cock and ball sack, leaving him to scream for minutes on end until the blood ended up ending him. It was a horrific incident, to be sure, but I thought that it was a crazy serial killer on the loose rather than the crazy idea of a deranged Batwoman. But that all changed yesterday. A few days ago, another teaser for the Batwoman trailer hit the internet, and sure enough, the "I'm a Woman" song came on cue with the trailer. My father laughed at it and disliked it, and commented about the terrible song. Within a day, my father was dead, in the same terrible manner that Todd was. But before I knew it, every male in my family started to fall off the face of the earth. My brother, my little nephew, my friends, my coworkers, my uncles. It was terrifying because I knew that inevitably they would come for me, whatever they were, whatever it was. So I sucked it up, faced my fear, my anxiousness, and decided to lure whatever it was to me. I went to the only lead that I had, the Batwoman trailer. I did exactly as each of the victims had done a day before their murders. I disliked and left a negative comment on the video. For the rest of the day, until I went to bed, I was terrified of what was going to happen to me. Would it come tonight, or would it end me the next night? I sat in my room, covered in my bedsheets, terrified of what would happen. Hours passed, and my eyes finally decided to start closing as my brain shut down on all systems. And that's when it started. A distorted tune of I'm a Woman started to play all around me. Out of the shadows at the corners of my room came a tall, dark, feminine figure with eyes as black as pitch and a mouth slobbering with bright red blood, the color of molded strawberries. "I have come," it gurgled. "You," I stammered as I gripped the sides of my bed with something fierce. "Did you kill my friends? My family?" Silence encompassed the dark abyss between us for several minutes. "Yes," it finally responded. But why?" I asked, with tears rolling down my eyes. "They are the patriarchy. They must be punished." The monster before me, turned around and headed back toward the shadows of the corners of my room, before saying, "I'll be back here tomorrow night. No matter where you go, I will find you." And the thing that did look like Batwoman disappeared. I ran away, far away today, away from my home, my mom, my 2 sisters, my work, my life. And right now, I'm laying in bed at a crappy, cheap motel, and the song is slowly growing in my head. I'm afraid that no one will know the truth of what happened to them, what's about to happen to me. She needs to be stopped.